The Democracy Spring action is going on as we're filming this in Washington, D.C., following a march of over 100 miles from the Liberty Bell to D.C. The occupation of the Capitol began today, and there was a couple of Young Turks there, actually. Jordan Sheridan, our on-the-location reporter, and Cenk Uygur. And the action has led to quite a number of people being arrested, and as was his design, Cenk Uygur is amongst them. Before he went, he put out this statement: "I'm risking arrest today at our nation's capital because our representatives don't represent us anymore. We have asked them to take action countless times to get money out of politics. We want something very simple: restore free and fair elections. Because of their inaction, we take action today. It is obvious that Congress is awash in corruption. Today we begin civil disobedience against that corruption." And so many people going there to demonstrate on behalf of radically changing our system of campaign finance. And as we said, he went there to be arrested. He has been arrested, and you will see that in this video.
All right. Cenk is being moved to the line, and he's currently being put under arrest. He's getting the white zip around his back. Yeah, he's right now. He's kind of right near the reporters, and towards the end of the line of people getting arrested. There's about, yeah, you see his wrists being tied up there, and there's about, I'd say, you know, a dozen people next to him being arrested.
Nothing to panic about. Someone just says heat stroke. Everything's fine.
Most part.
And yeah.
I just don't think I,
sporting a blazer and a zip tie.
I have like 5 super close friends in the world, and Cenk is one of them. It's not the most compelling piece of video I've ever seen.
Well, Cenk's not doing the video. And Jordan probably can't get any closer.
No, I can't. I do it the best I can. I'm just, and I would object if Cenk
You think Cenk should be like headbutting or like breaking the ties or something?
I would tell him, and he would, again, I think, appreciate me being honest. I would object to just the beginning of his statement where he said, read the first couple of words.
"I'm risking arrest today."
Risking. There's not a great deal of risk going on here.
Okay. You never know.
It's the whole point.
But this is going to go on his permanent record.
It doesn't, though. They don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they don't even do that.
I know. When we review his performance at the end of the year,
Yeah, totally.
This is going to stand out.
You were arrested.
Yeah. But
anyway, it's good. It's an important. The event is important.
Yeah, and we talk almost every day about this issue, and a lot of people feel very strongly about it. Some of them in part because of our reporting, but also because of a lot of other organizations and people who come to it quite naturally as the necessary solution to a lot of the problems we have in this country. And we talk about it, but at the end of the day, there needs to be action. This is the sort of protest that hopefully will get some coverage. We know CNN doesn't even cover protests on their front stoop anymore, let alone these, but perhaps they will. And it's important, I think, to the movement that the people who are sort of spurring them on and telling them that they need to do this are also willing to go out and do it.
Right.
Let's hear from this guy here.
Getting everybody out here. And what are you going to do past this? Are you going to continue to mobilize, get your friends, get your family?
My friends all day. When they were sending out the number, text Democracy Spring, I sent it to everybody, even people that maybe wouldn't agree, that maybe we could change their minds.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Was he? Is that guy wearing 2 shirts, or is that a TYT long sleeve T-shirt? Because if it's a TYT long sleeve T-shirt, I'm in favor of it.
Yeah.
I would like to have one.
It looks good. It might be available on our Shop TYT store, shoptyt.com.
Maybe.
Or you can
Either they're waiting
send
to
us
be
an
brought
email
in.
and request it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
This makes the protest seem less important than it is.
Well, he's about to be marched in.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Optics.
It's civil disobedience, okay? They have to be civil about
Exactly.
it.
It's supposed to be a peaceful protest.
Yes. If he starts body slamming cops, that would be a problem.
And I'm glad that he's doing this. And look, you know how devoted Cenk is to this issue, or how devoted TYT is to this issue. So I'm doing a TED Talk on April 22nd, and originally I wanted to talk about, political corruption and how it impacts our justice system. And of course, the way that you can make sure it doesn't get corrupted is get money out of politics. Make sure that private prisons don't have the ability to lobby for tough on crime legislation, stuff like that. I sent in my proposal, and they got back to me and said, we want you to focus a little more on this money out of politics thing, right? So I sat down with Cenk, and I always knew the general concept of Wolf-PAC. But when I sat down and I got all of these tiny little details about how incredibly difficult it is to get the states to agree to a constitutional convention, and then know that 38 of those states have to ratify the proposal within that convention. I mean, he has an uphill battle that he's dealing with right now, and he's not deterred by the challenges, and it's incredible. So
yeah, and it's taken, like, Wolf-PAC was created to do the actual work of making this happen, and chapters sprang up all over the country, and even then it takes many people, it takes many of them entering politics specifically for this issue over the course of years to get to the point where we're at, where a number of states have signed on to it. But it's by design as difficult as anything politically to get done.
Yeah, I mean, look, Wolf-PAC was launched, I believe, in 2010. So far, 4 states have passed the resolution. So we only have 30 states to go, and then we can have a constitutional convention. No, and I'm not trying to be a downer. Like, I think that it's possible.
That's my job lately.
It's very difficult, right? But I think it's possible. And just talking to him about the specifics and those challenges makes me realize just how invested he is in doing this.
Yeah, because it's not going to be 30 in the pace of these 4.
Right.
You know, if it's going to happen, you know, there's going to be a groundswell, and it'll go from 3 to 7, and then from 7 to 15, and then all of a sudden from 15 to 30, and then you're having a conversation.
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
right, that's if it works.
And we're either hoping for that long drawn out process, or I think we're probably overthinking this because if Hillary Clinton becomes president,
she'll just
she
do
says
it.
she's going to get rid of it.
She'll just do it. She'll just executive
about
order. Be serious.
She'll put all of those people's money where her mouth will then be.
No, she'll. Real change is going to come.
It's going to come. It's going to come fast. I think that the thing that has kept her in this race against the popular support of Bernie Sanders, I think she will willingly toss that in the trash before a re-election battle. I think you can count on that. But anyway, it was good of Cenk to go out there to do this. Jordan as well. By the way, Jordan, go get arrested, buddy. What the hell?
By the way, Cenk said that.
Why are you on the other side of the street?
The police said that this is the most people. Again, that's why the video didn't really show that. But the police said, and Cenk said in a tweet, that they've never arrested so many people before. So that's great. That's good.
Yeah.
And that it was incredibly civil, to Anna's point, and that many times, because as Cenk pointed out, the police are part of the 99%. I mean, there have been real definite issues, and they're obviously tied in many cases to a power structure, but these are, for the most part, blue-collar working men and women, the union men and women, and there were a lot of pro-police chants, and that the police were super involved in the process, and this was an example of it going well, and obviously in light of what's happened in this country that we've been able to see. It's been happening for over hundreds of years, but we've been able to see it explicitly in the last couple of years. That's nice to see.